Welcome back. Junkies on 106.7 The Fan, live on CSN Mid-Atlantic as well, where, of course, you can watch the Wizards play on CSN. And earlier this year, they started off very poorly. We're 2-8 in their first 10 games. And we were wondering what's going on with this team that, a couple years ago there was promise. They were in the playoffs. Then last year they finished 500, not good enough to make the playoffs. That meant Randy Whitman would lose his job. Scott Brooks takes over as the head coach. They have the rough start. And we actually have audio of what we were saying about the team at the time.
Oh, boy.
Now,
this is at 2-8?
2-8.
Yeah.
This is months ago.
Yeah.
This is before the turnaround.
There's some EB and little JP clips, but I pulled mainly Cakes because he was the most passionate.
This is probably like third week in November, like right around
This is
like
November
Thanksgiving.
November 17th.
Okay, so pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The
Wizards
Wizards was just so depressing. It's just, when you're getting boat raced by probably the worst team in the league by all measures, the Sixers. It's time to abandon hope. It's time to abandon ship. I'm not crazy about Bradley Beal either. I'm to the point now where I'm fine with just blowing it up. We're the worst. We are the worst. The Wizards are the worst now. Whatever plan the Ernie and Ted have allegedly had has seriously gone sideways. It's officially off the rail. They're 2-8. They're allowing 105 points per game. They're an abject disaster. Trade everyone. I would like to turn on a hoops game and say, wow, this is a team that's going to contend for an Eastern Conference championship. But I know that's a pipe dream. That pipe dream,
by the way,
might be coming true.
And he said the Sixers were the worst team. Now, I understand that no one thought the Sixers would be better.
Right.
But they are much better.
They are improved.
But at that time, they were 2-8, and then they went on to win 3 of the next 4, and then they just took off.
I mean, as of November 17th, I didn't sound like a crazy person at that point. I think we were all pretty dead on with our assessment of the Wizards.
Yeah, I'm sure I agreed with most of what you said.
I mean, the start was not pretty.
Do you want to hear just a couple of EB ones?
Sure.
Since I have them.
I've never been less enthused about the Wizards. It's really been a catastrophic 3-year run.
And they gave max contract to Bradley Beal, and he's already back to being Bradley Beal in terms of missing games. That's been a big key that he's
Bradley Beal's been a complete stud.
I would like to issue an apology for burying the Wizards after 10 games.
They're
Well, I think
32
we
and
should all do
13
that.
since then.
Hey, do you know how
On fire.
You know how we did like a burial for RG3?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a resurrection for the Wizards.
Maybe we should. How do we do
But
that?
we didn't officially bury the Wiz, though, did we?
Well, we
Oh,
were
it sounded
starting
like
to.
it.
We were heading down
I mean, it's
that
not like we
road.
had the actual ceremony.
Right.
More often than not, when a team starts out 2-8, they end up being bad. So it's not like we were going out on a limb. Most teams that are in the spot which they're at right now, 34 and 21, most teams don't start off 2-8. The turnaround is pretty remarkable if you think about it. I know it's just 10 games in, and they had a new coach, new chemistry, and Beal had a few injuries early in the season. So they missed some games there, and they lost some close games. But the percentage of people who would have said that they would end up at 34 and 21 before the All-Star break, less than 1%.
Way less than
Probably
1%.
0%.
Probably 0.
I don't think anybody.
If somebody came up to you after we went on those rants, after 10 or 11 games, and said, yeah, the Wizards are going to be in third place, 5 games back of the Cavs for first in the Eastern Conference, you would have thought they were insane.
Yeah, this is why you got to play it out, right?
I guess
that's
so.
the beauty of sports. We just don't
We're the
know
worst.
what the future holds.